Who was your big idols when you was growing up? Who did you look at and think this is the player, is the god for me?
Ronaldo
Ooh.
and Ronaldinho Gaúcho. I don't think they are good players, no.
You know when you left, yeah, and you went to Arsenal. What made you decide to go to Arsenal from Chelsea?
I want to stay in England. I want to stay in London. My family is happy in London.
I think talking about that, I mean, it didn't go as you planned. It didn't go as you would like. What are the reasons for that, would you say?
I wasn't happy.
Soaking. They can never do it like I. When you see man pull up and slide, man stepped in a room with legends, Rio and Steve, you know it's a vibe. Check the podcast, what you wanna know? Don't ask me, go and ask Joe. If you're talking Premier League, he's on the front line and I gotta go. It's a vibe with five, and you already know what it is. It's a vibe with five, and you already know what it is. Vibe with five, and you already know what it is. It's a vibe with five, and you already know this.
Yes, massive shout out to our sponsor, Soaking, of course. And to celebrate, we got the main man, Willian, on the episode. And listen, guys, Soaking is coming to Brazil. These guys are growing seriously fast, as you can see. So they have already expanded in 27 European countries. Yes, and Brazil is next. Sending and spending money abroad has never been easier and affordable. You can keep on going and keep an eye on Soaking socials. Soaking Global, our favorite sponsors. Peace. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with a special episode of Vibe with Five. I told you, man, this one's going to be special. And we got here Willian. How you doing, man? All the way from Brazil. You okay?
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Thank you guys for inviting me for this quick chat. Thank you so much.
We're looking forward to it. Myself, Joel Beya, Steve, and Rio Ferdinand, we're here to take you through Willian's career and ask some questions that he doesn't always get to answer. Rio, I'll let you kick it off, man.
No, listen, Willian, thank you very much for coming on. Obviously, we played against each other many times, but I want to rewind and go back to the beginning. What was it like for anybody, obviously, who hasn't been to Brazil? What's it like growing up as a young aspiring footballer?
But in Brazil, you know, the football in Brazil is very special. You know, people here, they are crazy about football. And when I was growing up here in São Paulo, the only thing I was doing was playing football. I hate to go to school. I just went to school when it was football day or something like this, you know. And then yeah, I started playing football when I was 4 years old in a small city in São Paulo. The name is Ribeirão Pires. So I was playing there. I was playing in the street with my friends, and you know, in Brazil, football is so special. People here they are very, very excited about football here. You know. So
who was your big idols when you was growing up? Who did you look at and think this is the player, is the god for me?
My big idol was Ronaldo. Ooh. And Ronaldinho Gaúcho.
Oh,
these two players.
Who's the best? Which one's the best?
I don't think they are good players, no. They was good.
Which one is the best?
What do you think? For me, because I play more or less in the same position, you know. Ronaldinho Gaúcho, I think. Yeah. Because of my position, and you know, I play more or less the same position of him. But Ronaldo, phenomenal, you know. But for me, Ronaldinho Gaúcho was crazy.
Ronaldo was
crazy skills.
Ronaldo was my guy. I love him. I love it. He's for me, like, if he had no injuries, I think he would have been the best player ever.
Yeah.
Great player, and he's a good man.
You can say because you play against him, I think.
Yeah. In the World Cup, I played against him, and for Madrid.
Yeah, he's a very.
But we won't talk about that because he scored a hat trick. So listen, man. Yeah, obviously, I first heard about you when you went to Shakhtar. Donetsk for 14 million euros. When you were such a young kid, did you have much pressure? You feel the pressure on a big price tag going to a club in Europe?
Yes, I think so. At that moment, football was a little bit different from now. But at the moment, Corinthians was in a difficult moment as well, and was a good money for the club. I think was a good opportunity for me to show my talent, to show my football. Of course, Ukraine was not that is not the best place to that people can see, like Premier League, like Spain, or but it was a good opportunity for me because Shakhtar was playing every year Champions League, and I think it was a good experience as well.
So when you're playing at Shakhtar, you spoke about pressure, Willian. Is it pressure from a family perspective because you want to do well for them, or for yourself, or for the club? Where does that pressure come from?
I think for myself and for my family, because they don't have a pressure like other clubs, it's more quiet there. But for myself, of course, because I had a dream. I want to achieve some goals, I want to go to national team. At that moment, I want to show my talent. So, and the first game when I played Champions League. I don't remember which team, but was I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep because it was very emotional as well. I had a dream go to Europe to play Champions League, to show my talent. It was very special for me.
It was against Kornoments Odessa. You won 2-1 in 2007.
You know, huh?
Research.
How did the transfer to Chelsea come about? Angie had to do a bit of restructuring. They sold off their entire squad. The summer that they sold you to Chelsea, didn't they?
Yeah, it was crazy because I went to Swansea 2013 in February, I think, from the beginning of February, and I signed with them 4 years. I didn't expect to leave the club after 6 months, So the owner of the club had some problems, and he decided to sell the players. Me, Eto, and a couple of players there, they left the club too. For example, me and Eto, I went to Chelsea, Eto as well. But always was my dream to play for Chelsea, because when I was at Shakhtar, Chelsea tried a couple of times to have a conversation. They made some offers, but Shakhtar, they didn't accept. So, and when I had the possibility to go for Chelsea again, I was very happy.
What happened with the move to Tottenham? Did you do a medical at Tottenham on the way to sign for Chelsea, or vice versa?
You guys never forget this.
Never.
Oh yeah, it's true. I had a medical with Tottenham, but at the end, I decided to go for Chelsea.
Yeah, well, I'm an Arsenal fan, so
I think
I'm not saying it's great.
I think it was a good choice for me, no?
I don't know. I don't know. We'll talk some more later. I don't know. But yeah, so when you said that you at the end you chose Chelsea, just to break it down, because we never get to see you, Willian. So I need to get a full understanding. Did you do the medical and then you said, hang on a minute, my heart's at Stamford Bridge? Or did Chelsea come in the last minute and say, wait, don't go over there, and you chose there? What exactly happened?
Yeah. They come at the last minute. No, actually, before, my agent had some conversation with Chelsea, and but at that moment as well, I think Bale was on his way to Madrid, and they was waiting. They had a conversation in Madrid because of Bale, and I was waiting there. My agent had a conversation with Tottenham, with Chelsea as well, with Liverpool, some clubs, but always I want to go to Chelsea, and at the last minute was come, I decided to go there.
Who was the manager when you went there?
Mourinho.
Mourinho. What was it like playing for Jose Mourinho? It was this time as well. He was strong. What was he like? Give us a bit of insight into what it was like working with him.
Best manager for me.
Yeah.
That I work. For me was the best.
Why?
I think his way to speak with players, and he's very honest. When you don't play good, he come and say, you play shit. And when you play good, he come and say, it was good yesterday, or something like this. And he's a way to every training was always good, always intense. And the way he talks to us, half times, before the games. Yeah, for me, it was the best.
Do you have an example? Because the thing with Jose these days that I see, like when he went to Man United and, afterwards, it's almost like sometimes people are not sure with how he does speak to the players. Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it too negative? But when he spoke to you, can you give me examples of him filling you with confidence or making you feel like you are a top player?
Always when he talks to me, it was always in a positive way, I remember one game when we played against Paris in Champions League at the bridge. We won 3-1 at the last minute, I think. And I think in that game, one ball, I don't know what happened, and I think I lose the ball, something like this. And he's screaming with me, come on, Willian. I cannot say what he said, But 2 minutes later, he say good words, for me, and give me a hug when the game was finished. So this is Jose. This is Jose.
So you win the league title. What did that mean to you? What was that feeling like?
It was a dream. It was a dream come true to win the Premier League.
You won the league in Ukraine. Was it better than winning the league in Ukraine?
Of course. Yeah, Premier League is the best league in the world, I think, and it's difficult to win it. So for me, it was very, very special to win the Premier League.
At Chelsea, who stand out for you as the best players that you played with, and why?
Hazard.
Oof. Prime time Hazard.
Why? What is he doing?
Player.
What is he doing that makes him special? Because, I'm not trying to say that you're the same as Hazard, but you're both not the tallest. You both got the ability to run with the ball, to move with the ball. What makes him different?
I don't know. I can't explain. I can say that it was amazing to play with him. For me, it was the best player that I played together.
Whoa! Stop! He's the best player you ever played with.
At Chelsea. But
sorry.
one of the best that
I was going to
played
say, is he better
with.
than Neymar?
It's different style. It's different style. Neymar also is a fantastic player. But Hazard, I was with him every day. Every day, every games. So his talent was incredible. I mean,
Is he a hard trainer?
I hope. No, he's not hard trainer.
See, this is what I wanted to get. Forget who's the best in training. Who's the laziest? That's what we want to know. Is it Hazard the laziest?
Him.
Done.
I bet it makes you wonder.
But in the game, the guy was incredible.
Wow.
It was incredible. For me, it was the best player that I played together there.
Wow.
You two play against each other?
We played,
Willian?
yes, in World Cup 2018.
Who?
You
Me and
mean
Willian
Hazard?
or
Yeah, yeah.
Hazard?
Oh no, Rio.
Yeah, we played against each other a lot. I played against you a few times. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you because you're small to me, it's hard to get near you, man. You're too quick. He was quick.
This guy is scared. He's scared to play against him.
Really?
He's too strong.
Really?
No. You know what? I was going to talk about the Chelsea team 2015 season, where Chelsea struggled a little bit, but you was magnificent again that season. Like, how do you maintain, and tell us how you maintain your form to be so good, so high when the team is struggling?
It was not easy that year. It was difficult for everyone, but for myself, it was good. I was playing every game. I was playing good. To maintain that level when the team wasn't perform well was not easy for me, but was a good year. Personally, was a good year for me.
How did you do that? Because it's hard to keep yourself at this standard when, even though it wasn't on purpose, but the whole team isn't there with you. How are you maintaining that level? What are you doing in training that's different? Or is it how you're eating, mindset? What is it?
Did you feel like a leader this year as well when you was the best player like this?
Leader, yeah, I'm not the guy that speaks a lot. I maybe inside the pitch, yeah. Like for example, give him the ball. I always try to do something different. Was that year, and in training, I was always trying to training hard. I remember I scored a lot free kicks though that year, and I trained a lot as well. So yeah, I always put in my mind that I need to do something to help the situation of the team.
And then Antonio Conte comes to Chelsea, somebody who's used to winning. What was he like to play under?
He's a good coach. He's a good coach, but not easy to work together. But because his way to speak with the players, but was a good experience. He's a very good coach.
When you say the way he talks to players, what do you mean? Is he very aggressive? He's very demanding.
Yeah, aggressive, demanding. A lot of in training, he's screaming all the time. But apart of that, I think he was a good coach for us because we won the Premier League at that year.
I remember that's when it was obvious that there were some difficulties, and we could see you don't say much, but we can also see when you're not very happy, Willian. What was it about that you didn't enjoy? It's true. When you're smiling, look, we've all got nice teeth here. We can see it when it's going well. I just got mine done, so I had to mention it. But yeah, when it's not going very well, what was it that you didn't enjoy? You've spoken about the style, but particularly with you, because you're a professional. You've had different coaches. What was it that you found difficult personally?
For example, when with Conte, when I had some problems as well, because that year I lost my mom. You know, it was a difficult moment for me. But at the same time, when I I played well. I score goals every game when I play, score goals or made some assists. You know, and I was thinking, well, next game I'm gonna start on the bench, and then I come home, I score, oh, made assist again. Next game on the bench as well. So one day I come to him, I said, listen, I think I deserve to play. I want to play. I respect your opinion. You know, you are the manager. I have to respect it, but I want more times. I just have that conversation with him, and yeah, that's it. But I'm
You know,
not the guy that speaks a lot or goes to the manager to scream or you
mm.
know, to say something bad. But at that moment, I was thinking that I deserved more time. You know, more minutes inside the pitch.
You speak there about going to the manager and speaking yourself. It's an important point. I'd like to hear your opinion. A lot of players, they will get their agent to speak for them. Did you think it was important for you to speak and not your agent, and why?
I think, yeah, I think the player has to go there. You know,
Mm.
you know, have to speak with the manager and to say what you think about the situation. Was what I did. I wasn't happy because I was thinking that I deserved to play more, and I go direct to him and I spoke to him.
Was it received well? What was he like?
Yeah, yeah, it was a good conversation, you know. But he say, I decide I have a lot of players that play well at the moment, which was true because we had Diego in front, Hazard, Pedro, and me. You know, four players for three positions. You know, so one and every player was playing well.
So at Chelsea, you won quite a lot of stuff, some big trophies. What was your best memory as a Chelsea player?
Best memory as a Chelsea player, I think it was when we won the Premier League and also Europa League. Europa League. But the best, I think the best, how can I say, the best feeling or the best game was against Paris when we lost, I think 2-1 in Paris, and then at the bridge we won 3-1, I think, at the last minute when Demba scored a goal. That game was crazy. That game was crazy.
Just to let you know, I traveled very far for that Europa League final game, Chelsea versus Arsenal. It wasn't an easy trip. It wasn't easy.
The 2018 FA Cup final, we was outside filming, and you came out about 5 minutes after kickoff. Was there a particular reason for getting away from the stadium that early? There was quite a lot of transfer speculation that you was possibly coming to United at the time. Was there any truth in that?
Against United, yeah.
Yeah, 2008.
Yeah, against United.
18, sorry.
Yeah. Was the last game, I think, of the season, and I wasn't happy. I was happy because we won the title, but the situation, you know, I wasn't happy of the situation. Me with the club, and because I wanted to play more, and yeah, I leave the stadium in 5 minutes, and then I went to Brazil. because after that, after 1 week, we had to go to national team to start to prepare for World Cup.
Was
So
there any
you-
truth to the speculation about Johnny United at the time?
Yeah, it was true. It was true. It was true.
You know when you left, and you went to Arsenal. What made you decide to go to Arsenal from Chelsea?
Was difficult to decide because I wanted to stay at Chelsea, but I wanted 3 years contract, and Chelsea, they say no, we want to give you 2 years, and so it was like this. They say 2, I say 3. They say 2, I say 3, and at the end of the season, I decided to join Arsenal, and also because before we had some conversation with Edu and Mikel as well, and they showed me a good project. They showed me a lot of good stuff that they want to do. Yeah, was because of that, and I say, well, I want 3 years. Arsenal want to give me 3 years. I want to stay in England. I want to stay in London. My family is happy in London, so maybe it's a good opportunity, to go there and continue what I'm doing.
Now,
So
I know you're a man that believes in himself, right? Was you not worried how the Arsenal fans would receive you playing for, their rival team? Did that pass your mind a little bit, or was you just like, I'm just gonna go there and?
no, yeah. I was thinking about that as well. Also, yeah, because two big clubs in London, you know. So I was thinking about that, but I say I think I can do well there. What I did here at Chelsea, maybe I can do at Arsenal as well. That was my feeling.
I think talking about that, I mean, it didn't go as you planned. It didn't go as you would like.
Yeah.
What are the reasons for that? Would you say?
Uh, I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy. That's why I didn't perform. You know. I don't want to go into the details. But I wasn't. I
You're a
wasn't happy.
little
Just a
bit
little.
boppy, isn't
Just a little bit. So when I arrived there, I was happy. I was, from the beginning, I was motivating. I was, I wanted to do well, new club, new mates, new project. But after 3 months, I say to my agent, please, I want to go.
You've said
So
being at Arsenal was the worst time that you had in your professional career. There's got to be a
yeah,
major reason for that strong of a word. And I know Joel's an Arsenal fan here, but forget him.
nah,
Let's talk properly. What was the issue at
nah,
Arsenal?
I don't want to speak bad about the club because it's a big club, It's a big club. Arsenal has a big history in football. Big players played there as well before. It's a big club, but it didn't work. Didn't work. Was
it?
of course was the most difficult time of my career.
I think you were I think before, when nobody understands what's going on, one thing that I've realized talking to Rio, he's shared with us some of these personal experiences, and we go, oh wow, people just think you're robots. You come on the pitch, you play, you go home. They think about wage and salary, that's it. You knew that it didn't go well, but you gave up so much of your salary to give back. I don't know what the exact numbers are. I don't really want to get it wrong. But that's when we knew that, okay, something didn't go right. It didn't go right at Arsenal, but there's there's credibility in this man. And I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't have done that. I would have kept the money. And Rio knows me. I'm taking everything.
You're gonna sit there and take.
I'll mute Twitter. I'll mute Instagram, and I'm doing what I'm doing. It's fine. But you thought you didn't take the money of the contract remaining for the year and a half or whatever was left, or the 2 years. Can you explain why you did that? Because it's not like it was small money, man. This is big stuff going on here.
Yeah. It was a big money that I gave up. But sometimes the money is not the most important thing in life. I think you need to be happy. You need to getting pleasure every day. Wake up in the morning. Let's go training. And I wasn't having that. So I say to myself, and with my family, my wife, for example, I say, listen, I cannot stay here. I'm not happy here. I have to leave. I have to find a way out to leave the club, to live here, because if I stay, I'm gonna stay the same. It's it's for me, it's unfair to stay in a place that you don't want to stay, just to stay because of the money. So for me, it was that.
Was you getting a lot of stick from the Arsenal fans and stuff like that in this period of time that helped you get to your decision to say, I'm going to leave now? I know I'm going to leave because the fans are maybe not a bit happy. They give me a little bit of their shouting sometimes. I need to go. Is that another reason as well?
Yeah, as well, because of I received a lot of message in social media from them, but also because I came from Chelsea, I think if I came from another club, maybe could be better, from them. But because I come from Chelsea, and I didn't perform well, and everything was happening, so I was thinking about that, and I say I have to go.
Rio, I know you're a massive advocate for when it comes to the mental side of things with football. Was it as tough during your time, Rio, when it came to social media as it is now? Have you felt the same kind of pressure that Willian would have felt?
No, it's harder for these guys now. The social media is crazy. There's so much going on there. There's so many more fans, so many more people on social media. When I played, we used to get abuse in 90 minutes. You go home and you don't see nothing, you don't hear nothing, because we didn't have social media at the beginning. Near the end of my career, we had social media, so I understand a little bit, but it's not the same as now. It's just like you can't switch off. The minute you put your phone on, you can go social media and you can see all these comments. It can't be nice. So I understand when Willian says he needed to leave, because you're always seeing these messages and you just want to play football and you want to be happy. And so eventually you find a deal with Corinthians, your boyhood club. What was that feeling like going back to Brazil? It must have been after being in Ukraine and then being in England for all these years.
It was good to be back after 14 years. It was good to be back. To stay with close to my parents, family, friends. But I know that in Brazil also it's not easy. Pressure from the fans, it is not easy to play. But I'm happy. I'm happy at Corinthians. I had friends there, so I just hope to start to win something with Corinthians as well.
No, good. Well, good luck there, man. I just want to ask you a couple of quick questions, right? Who's the best player? We've done a poll to find out from the fans what they wanted to ask you. Who's the best player you ever played with?
The best player ever. Just one, yeah.
Just one.
You're trying to get out of it. So just
I have two players. Neymar and Hazard.
Okay, good. How good is Neymar?
No, he's very good. He's very good. You can put Neymar.
Yeah,
I say sorry.
Neymar's number one.
I can say sorry to my brother Hazard, but Neymar, yeah.
Who's the hardest player you ever played against?
Messi.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, have you ever seen him, Joel?
No. I don't play in Champions
the
League,
guy-
so I wouldn't know.
This guy is from another planet.
I love him.
This
I
guy,
love him.
he's so special.
Who's the hardest defender you played against?
Rio Ferdinand.
No, not me. Not me. I know you're lying. You haven't got to be polite. Who's the best other than me then?
No. It's true. I
Really?
had some
Under Moyes?
maybe now Van Dijk. Van Dijk was
Okay.
hard to play against him. Thiago Silva.
I love
Thiago
Thiago
Silva.
Silva as well. Oh, big player.
I think you can put Van Dijk.
Okay. Right. If you could pick a five-a-side team from the players that you played with, who would they be?
Without goalkeeper or with goalkeeper?
No goalkeeper. Doesn't have to have goalkeeper.
Yeah.
No goalkeeper.
No.
It's difficult. Dani Alves.
Oh, I love him. Give me a little something about him that we should know.
The guy is not strong. He's small, but his quality is so big. He has so much quality, you know. Also, without the ball, he's aggressive, and when he has the ball, he's amazing. He's amazing with the ball. So him left. Marcelo.
Marcelo,
Madrid.
yep, big player.
Also,
So you only have 5 players: Marcelo and Dani Alves defense, yeah.
yeah.
It's not really defense, is it? Let's
I
be
play
honest.
with no defense. I play just I go to attack. My team is just no defenders.
It's the most Brazilian five-a-side I've ever seen.
Hazard, Neymar. One more.
One more.
I cannot put myself there. No.
Nope.
You can do what you want.
No,
no, you can do what you
I want
there.
someone else. I want another name.
Let me see. Diego Costa.
Ooh. What was he like? Was he a crazy guy?
Crazy but good guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy. But
Yeah, good
crazy inside the pitch, you know.
We don't get to watch enough Brazil Serie A. Who is the one player that's going to come and absolutely tear Europe up in the next few years? Who's the one name, young kid that's coming through that we need to be going watching today?
Here in Brazil?
Yeah.
Nah. I don't know.
could be
I
more
don't
Playing
know.
footy manager, you just loaded up a new game. You put yourself as Chelsea boss. Who's the one young Brazilian kid you've got to bring in?
For example, here in Corinthians, I have two players that I think in the future can do well. One is defender. His name is João Vitor. He's a young player, very good player, very good defender. He's fast.
João Victor.
Yes. He's fast.
He's quick.
He's quick. He jumped a lot, you know. And very good player. Aggressive, And the other one, he's a good player as well. Have some skills. His name is Gabriel Pereira.
The name is what?
Gabriel
Gabriel
Pereira.
Pereira. Okay. What type of player is he?
You can call him GP, no problem.
GP.
Yeah, GP.
Which type of player?
So he's a left foot player. You know, he's a good player. I think in the future he can do well.
Which player would you say in the past he's similar to?
Past from Brazil, for example, or
Anywhere, any footballer.
Yeah, attacking midfielder. What is he? Is it
Gabriel
Kaká?
is a little bit. It's a different. It's a little bit like Maris City.
Ah, skills.
Okay.
It's not the same, but it's a little bit. You know, it's a little bit like
Oh, good. I'm gonna look for these players then.
yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Willian, just to point out, you are the first player in the Premier League to score in every month of the calendar year. Like you've caused some problems in the Premier League. Do you miss the Premier League, and do you ever hope to be back one day?
Yeah, I miss the Premier League. I miss the Premier League. As I said, the best league in the world. I still watching the games every weekend. You know, so let's see.
Who are you supporting?
I
Arsenal or Chelsea?
Chelsea. I respect Arsenal, but I support Chelsea.
Okay, good.
Was Chelsea your team before you came over?
Yeah. That's Chelsea.
Wow, that's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you still in contact with, for example, Peter Cech, Luis, some of the guys that you were, you've known over the years, obviously, even though you're in Brazil? Because I know Rio has his group chat with his Champions League mates. Yeah,
I still have contact with them, with Chelsea players, with people from the club as well.
My last question for you, Willian: which players now who are playing at Chelsea do you like to watch? And you think, you know what, this one's a good player. I like this player.
Young players, yeah. I mean, Hudson-Odoi, Mason Mount, Reece James.
Which is your favorite?
It's difficult to. I think Reece James. Reece James, I like him.
Did you see him at all when you was there as a young kid or not?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. No, he's a good player. I think he can be one of the best right back in the world in years. I think so.
Good, we hope. Well, that's a good note to finish on, man. I like that.
Rio, you got to ask him the question that we've been asking every week. Myself, Rio, Steve, we're arguing who will be winning the Premier League. So, Rio, I'll let you do the honor to ask because I know it's not going to be Man United.
I wonder who he's going to say.
Exactly. Who do you think is going to win the Premier League this year, my friend?
I think three teams can win the league this year: Chelsea, Liverpool, and City. But Chelsea for sure.
You knew it.
No, good. Listen, man, I really want to thank you for your time. We've been trying hard to get this interview with you, and thank you for giving us that time. Really appreciate it, man.
It's my pleasure. Thank you guys for inviting me. Thank you for the conversation we had here. I appreciate it.
And next time you're here, we have to go in your restaurant and it's dinner on you. You have to buy dinner.
No problem. Leave it with me. Yeah.
If you didn't know, by the way, he's got a beautiful Italian restaurant in London. Serious, it's a beautiful place. What's the name of it again?
Babu.
It's really nice.
Babu. Yeah, really nice. Good food.
Yeah.
Next
what
time,
type of food?
When I come to
What
London, Italian.
I'm there.
Yeah, very nice. I'll bring you there. I should bring you there. It's nice.
Thank you.
They got a little car outside as well. You can use the car.
Yeah.
No, good.
Thank
All right,
you
mate.
so
Listen,
much, guys.
thanks again, man. Take care.
Thank you, Rio. Thank you, bro. Thank
Thanks,
you.
man.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers,
Bye-bye.
William.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye-bye.